Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 12th biology students, and this is meant for 23rd October 2020, and we are into the revision mode and we are revising chapter number 8, Human Health and Diseases. As I keep on reminding you that this chapter is very important as far as your CBSE is concerned, as well as NDA UPSC concerned, because lot many questions will come from this chapter in UPSC NDA, and of course NEET exam, it goes without saying, lot many questions. So we have been talking about reflecting upon cancer. Now today we are going to talk about another important concept which is a bit concern for the society in general as well as to the families, that is drugs and alcohol abuse by youngsters. This is of great concern to the society nowadays, and particularly the availability of drugs in the society, in the markets, and the way the drug peddlers are selling them, and easy availability of these drugs, and of course alcohol availability, use of this. So it starts up with curiosity, and the curiosity becomes curse. Hence, let's not have any curiosity about a dangerous drug or dangerous alcohol. With that note, we go ahead. Commonly abused drug includes opioids, cannabinoids, coca, alkaloids obtained from flowering plants, and few from fungi. Opioids are the drugs which bind to specific opioid receptors present in our central nervous system. That means it is giving clue for all of us that most affected system will be CNS, central nervous system, brain and backbone. So take care. Then it also affects gastrointestinal tract. So knowing that this affects us is a slow poison, it kills us. I don't know why people go for this. Maybe one of the reasons, as I said, is the curiosity. Let's take what will happen. Whenever elderly people say, don't go in that road, there will be thorns. What do youngsters will do? Let me go and see what type of thorn it is and how it goes inside my foot. So this is what the curiosity. Here also the same thing. And heroin, commonly called smack, is chemically diacetyl morphine, which is a white, odorless, no smell, bitter, crystalline compound. It is extracted from the latex of poppy plant. Again, you should know the scientific name of poppy plant. Papaver somniferum. One more question it is. And latex, which part? This is a UPSC or NEET exam. Okay, this smack is obtained from which part of the plant body? Latex. Okay, generally taken by snorting and injection through nose or through intravenous injection. Heroin is depressant and slows down body functions. But why do people take it? One reason I can tell you is hallucination, daydreaming. Okay, cannabinoids are a group of chemicals which interact with cannabinoid receptors present in the brain. Again, see, central nervous system. Natural cannabinoids are obtained from the inflorescence, their latex. It is inflorescence of the plant Cannabis sativa, the biological name. They include marijuana, hashish, charas, and ganja. So these are, of course, very familiar names in the society. They are generally taken by inhalation and oral ingestion. These are known for their effects on heart, cardiovascular system of the body. It affects the heart. Coca alkaloid or cocaine is obtained from coca plant, Erythroxylum coca, native to South America. So it's It's in South America. It interferes with the transport of neurotransmitter. Look at this, dopamine. So that's neurotransmitter. And cocaine, commonly called coke or crack, is usually snorted, inhaled to nose. It has a potent stimulating action on central nervous system, producing a sense of euphoria, as I said, daydreaming, and increased energy. Normally, unfortunately, some of these are used during athletic meets also, like Olympics and international athlete meets, all that. So to enhance their efficiency, some of the athletes have been using this, and in the dope test they are caught. Many times you must have seen in TV, you must have heard in news radios, news channels, you must have read in newspapers that so and so has been snatched from it the gold medal. So the gold medal is lost because the urine samples that are collected post the event has proved that he or she has used some drug, and that drug has increased energy for him or her, and so they are not eligible to get that. So many times these embarrassing situations have happened even to very, very famous international athletes, and that is the reason why the governments are very, very strict about this. Even the Olympic Committee is very, very strict about this. And adolescence and drug abuse. Adolescence is the period during which the child becomes matured. It's between 12 to 18 years of age. See, your age, you are under this. You are all adolescents. And what causes of drug abuse? What makes these adolescents to go for drugs? One is curiosity. What is there inside it? What will happen if I take that? Will I be having the daydreaming? Will I become more energetic? So these are the curiosity. Adventure. Now let me see. I want to prove that I am very brave. So you want to prove adventurous to somebody which is not needed at all. And then excitement. So there's a peer group pressure. So one person takes and he describes that he has done this, he has done that. So you're also getting excited by listening to him. And experimentation. Some people are fond of doing experimentation, and it is unfortunately on themselves they do. So again, this is a lot of risk factor involved. And stress or pressure to excel in exam. And of course, this is a family pressure, peer pressure, individual pressure to excel in exams. That will also make them to become drug addicts. Effects of drug or alcohol abuse. What will happen if drugs are taken or alcohol is consumed on a day-to-day basis? First of all, it becomes addiction. Addiction of drugs, addiction to alcohol will make an individual to have reckless behavior. You all must have seen a drunkard, how he or she behaves on a road in the society. Reckless behavior. Malicious mischief. You may become antisocial. Violence. Sometimes the individual resorts to violence. Drop in academic performance, of course, because once you are addicted, where is the time for you to study? You are busy with your own things. And then this leads to depression, isolation, because society will start isolating the person. And then aggressiveness, frustration. Frustration leads to anger. Anger leads to violence. Violence leads to aggressiveness. Hence, these are all undesirable characters of an individual. So these are not required. Hence, it's always better to be away from drugs and alcohol, knowing that all these will kill the individual, and before it is killed, the central nervous system is affected, the cardiovascular system is affected, and then of course, what about the respect that one will have in the society, in the family? And because of somebody's behavior, what is the respect that the family will have? Hence, we need to think all on this. Dependence is the tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic and unpleasant withdrawal symptom if regular dose of drug or alcohol is abruptly discontinued. That includes anxiety, shakiness, nausea, and sweating. Suppose somebody has been taking alcohol and somebody has been taking drugs. It is not advisable to stop it all of a sudden. Abruptly, it cannot be stopped. Of course, there are so many de-addiction centers in our country. There are so many counselors are there, therapists are there. So always we need to take their help. We need to have the counseling. We need to have a therapist. We need to, maybe person if required is to be admitted in the de-addiction centers. What happens if all of a sudden we force somebody who has been in addiction to stop? All of a sudden he will develop this anxiety, he will develop. The body parts will be shaking, including hands. He can't even drink a cup of tea, and continuous vomiting, nausea, and profuse sweating. These are the symptoms for abrupt stoppage of the drugs or alcohol. Prevention. Avoid undue peer pressure. That's why de-stressing. We give a lot of importance for de-stressing. Of course, at the same time, the peer pressure is to be for positive side, to encourage the friends. Education, of course, that is the reason why these topics are included for you at this age. And counseling, as I said, the lot of do's and don'ts and how not to do, how to do all this. Seeking help from parents. Of course, parents are the best people in the world to help you always. And there are good friends who will also help you. Seeking professional, as I said, de-addiction centers, therapists, and medical help from the doctors. So these are compulsory to come out of this vicious circle. So first and foremost is stop having this curiosity and stop having bad friend circle. These are the two reasons why most of the adolescents enter into this poisonous circle. So don't enter into that. Have nice, good thoughts about it. Take care.